42. Samyutta Nikaya 7, Sutta 17. The New Works. Once the Blessed One was dwelling in a forest in the Kosala country. At that time, the engineer Bharadvaja, a Brahmin, was supervising some work in that forest. The engineer Bharadvaja saw the Blessed One sitting under a sal tree, cross-legged, with his body erect and mindfulness established before him. Seeing this, he thought, I feel happy supervising work in this forest. What does this ascetic Gautama do to feel happy? So, the engineer Bharadvaja approached the Blessed One. Upon approaching, he addressed the Blessed One in verse. Bhikkhu, what work do you do in this sal forest? Why does Gautama alone seek pleasure in the woods? The Blessed One replied, I have no work to do in the forest. My forest has been uprooted. I am without forest, without arrows, alone and happy, free from discontent. After hearing these words, the engineer Bharadvaja said to the Blessed One, Excellent, Master Gautama. Please accept me as a lay follower from this day forward for as long as I live. The main content of this sutta is a dialogue between the Blessed One and a Brahmin engineer. The Brahmin, seeing the Blessed One meditating alone under a tree, becomes curious and inquires in verse about what he is doing. The Blessed One responds in verse, indicating that he has transcended worldly troubles and attachments, using forest and arrows as metaphors, and thus can dwell happily alone. The Brahmin is impressed by the Blessed One's wisdom and ultimately takes refuge as a lay disciple of the Buddha. This sutta contains profound wisdom. Let's analyze and reflect on its implications. 1. Contrast between worldly and spiritual. The engineer Brahmin represents the worldly lifestyle, finding happiness in supervising work. The Buddha represents the spiritual practitioner, finding happiness in inner peace. This contrast reveals two distinctly different attitudes towards life and ways of pursuing happiness. 2. Curiosity and open-mindedness. The Brahmin's curiosity about the Buddha's practice and his initiative to inquire is admirable. This attitude is worth learning. Maintaining curiosity and openness when facing different lifestyles or ideas is key to gaining new knowledge and wisdom. 3. Metaphors in Buddha's answer. Forest can be understood as afflictions, attachments, or ignorance. Uprooted indicates complete elimination of afflictions. Without arrows might refer to being free from suffering, as arrows are often used as a metaphor for pain in Buddhism. 4. True happiness. The Buddha's answer reveals that true happiness lies not in external activities or achievements, but in inner purity and ease. This happiness is lasting and doesn't depend on external conditions. 5. Value of solitude. The Buddha emphasizes the joy of solitude, which contrasts sharply with the modern society's general pursuit of social interaction and bustling activity. Solitude allows us to better know ourselves and cultivate inner peace. 6. From doubt to taking refuge. The Brahmin's journey from initial doubt to final taking refuge demonstrates the power of wisdom. When we encounter true wisdom, it can touch our hearts and guide us towards higher enlightenment. Deep reflections. 1. In modern society, do we focus too much on external achievements while neglecting inner cultivation? 2. How can we find moments of solitude in the forest in our busy lives? 3. What is true happiness? Is it external achievement or inner peace? 4. Do we, like the Brahmin, maintain openness and curiosity towards different lifestyles? 5. How can we practice the wisdom of uprooting afflictions in our daily lives? 6. What importance does solitude have for our spiritual growth? Do we give ourselves enough time for solitude? This brief dialogue reminds us that true happiness and ease come from inner cultivation and enlightenment. While pursuing external achievements, we should also focus on inner growth. By eliminating inner attachments and afflictions, we can attain lasting peace and happiness. This wisdom applies not only to ancient practitioners, but also holds profound significance for modern people. In this stressful and competitive society, learning to dwell in the present moment and maintain inner peace like the Buddha is undoubtedly a precious life wisdom.